The pressure of the ideology of the society at a home. That's again something to think about. What am I meant for? To be attached to nothing. This cage of love, it can kill you sometimes. I would rather make less than, work for a place where I can't even utilize my abilities. Right. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. Didn't want to realize that until now, right about now. I feel exhausted. Um, it's 31st of January, 2024, and I'm a 26-year-old man, and I feel lost in my life, in whatever I'm doing. There's a couple of things I'd like to share as a 26-year-old. First thing is to avoid packaged food. I know that's basic, everyone talks about that. But here's what I want to tell you, what you can replace it with, which is quite easy actually, and it could help you reduce weight. It could help you to disengage with substances that your body does not actually require. From the preservatives to the adulteration of food that is there in the advertised products that are there out there, packaged food, everything. Talking about anything and everything that's packaged. Avoid that. Replace that with wheat flour, chapatis, rice, dal, fruits. If you eat meat, that, eggs, milk, anything that's more like not packaged, anything that's not packaged, except the fruit, which is packaged in its old, in its you know own cover. um that was a bad joke, not even a joke actually. So yeah, you gotta try to avoid eating something that and see the effects of that, see how it affects you. For example, I stopped drinking tea, and that has helped me with acidity. I don't have acidity anymore, not a lot actually. So there is a lot. Yeah, there's that. um a lot of but this is the thing, when I think about, why would governments, why would a government allow something which is not, us to consume something which is not good for our body? Are they making profit out of it? Healthcare, the thing that happened with COVID. Is it to make money out of people's lives, to use people as a pawn, to distract them with advertisements from the real reality of the world? All of these propagandas and agendas and everything that you see, what is it? Why is it there? Why could it be there? Think about that. Why would somebody package something which is very bad for your health, gives you all sorts of diseases, makes you weak, makes your immune system weak? Why would a government, or allow for it? It's common sense that that's poison for us, and yet we consume it, knowing that there there are a couple of influencers on Instagram, creators I would say, rather. I don't remember their names. I would post a picture over here somewhere, and they're doing a pretty damn good job at showing the light to the world. And I don't know how many I was influenced by watching those, that content where he's talking about the adulteration that was there in the food, the packaged food, how a coconut biscuit did not have had coconut at all. Peanut butter, whatever, it had no peanuts. So that's kind of it's funny to see. I mean, it's actually very humorous if you think about it. Like, people, my God, I think it's the taste. Of course, it's the taste. That's what it comes down to. What's the taste of it? Also, even in healthy products, we need some taste in order for us to make it consumable. Otherwise, think about the oily foods. Think about the people that consume a lot of oily food. Think about the issues that they have with, blood pressure issues, fat, short-temperedness, if that's a word. Yeah, they're pretty. You see it. And also, the funny thing is, the most anger that I feel, except for not accomplishing my dreams, um, is when I'm driving. Um, People don't know how to drive. I can just say it. Most people don't know how to drive. They don't. Um, yeah. So that's what I was thinking about right now as a 26-year-old on 31st of January. So my father passed away. Prior to that, before that, I was planning to leave for Mumbai and work there on film productions. Yeah, all of that. And now I can't even leave my house for a day. And yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. I want to quit my current job, which I am already going to do pretty soon. As a 26-year-old, what else am I thinking about? Corporate is some. I I see so. I don't know if I'd get fired for saying this, or the future repercussions of saying something like this. I see so unreal it is to work in a corporate environment. Maybe the work is not unreal. I don't know. I'm just gonna. It's just a subjective interpretation of when I'm working in the corporate. I see it so unreal. Like, you know, I feel like, yeah, maybe my work is. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, everywhere that I worked so far, I've worked in three places prior to, yeah, this. So fake. I don't get it. Like, and simple answers, I'm just not meant for it. I know that I'm not meant for it. But even if I'm meant for, I'm not even sure if I'm meant for this. I need to quit, man. I think my life will be a lot simpler if I just. I think it's even written in my Kundali that I'll eventually leave everything behind. Like, मैं सब त्याग दूंगा, सब कुछ. Uh, yeah, I feel like that. I feel like doing that. Like, just randomly roam around barefoot or with, I don't know, footwear. I think I'd require footwear. I'm gonna be smart about that. Yeah, I would need footwear, clothes. Yeah, and just roam around the world. Just walk. The pressure of the ideology of the society at a home. That's again something to think about. How you are shaped by the perception of the society. Like, you're this, okay? Or maybe, wait, you're this. You are this, and this is the perception of the society that's coming in your home. You know, oh, your the expectations of your parents, your expectations, that it doesn't amount to anything. But yeah, so it just, most people, society just, this is what happens to most people. Um, but luckily, some just resist this force. They just push back. They're like, nope, nope, nope. I'm going to think beyond the societal level. That's where problem starts. That's exactly where you'll make enemies. That's exactly where you'll intimidate people. Or you'd be too polite to be crumbled, to be just put down. Something like that. Either ways, it's just an analogy. The point is, the societal impact, this, like, for example, my mother would want me to just get a good job or progress in whatever I'm doing, and then finally settle down, and then continue the cycle. But there's so much beyond that. Maybe there is something beyond that. At least I hope there is. I have been wanting to paint for such a long time now, but I haven't really found the time. And kids, if you're watching this, if you're 18, bruh, don't enter corporate. Just figure things out prior to you getting into jobs and shit like that. I wouldn't say, if you're a creative person and if you have, I don't know, maybe I am not that good at whatever I think I am good at. So perhaps because of that reason, I'm not there where I think I should be. But when I think of where I should be, I don't know. I just have no idea. Like, I don't want to work for a specific brand or a company or a film production or anything like that. So yeah, clueless, man. I'm clueless too. So if you're confused, I'm confused as well. I'm not doing too great in my life. I'm not even doing good in my life, honestly. I'm at the brink of leaving my third job already. Most probably because of my creative desires, and yeah, I would rather make less than work for a place where I can't even utilize my abilities. So yeah, like I like to do things with hand. For example, I would definitely like to give a try to carpentry, or you know, being a cobbler. Things like that excite me. Like, I want to knit and whatever. I want to do all of that with my hands. Because it's like, you must have heard that tune, that wavelength. It's a meditative wavelength, like certain hertz, that quiets your mind. That's exactly what happens to me when I'm working with my hands. When I'm painting, when I painted my table and chair, I felt very relaxed. I think that's my goal. So if you end up seeing me as a carpenter or as a cobbler, don't just get used to the idea. I think, like, a person like me can end up being that, and and then I'll be this old grumpy person who's happy in his life. Suddenly, when when I become old, the young generation comes and asks me some questions. They'd say, oh, this dude is so wise. But they don't know the reality, what is right now. I'm not wise right now. Thinking of leaving my job, which is, of course, yeah, not wise. But I need to do what I need to do in order to be there what I'm already at in the future. So the future self, the 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 story, I've got to complete the story. But it's, what matters is where you see yourself in the future. For example, right now I'm seeing myself as a cobbler, as a carpenter in the future. So if I have that inside my head, and if it's like a determination that, yeah, that's what I want to be, I'll try and do things which might not go straight toward that path, but I'll just try and figure things out in order to be there. Similarly, if at a young age, if you have some dream, I don't know, or at an older age, whenever you have a dream, you point it out in your head somewhere, and then you know find the way to do that, I guess. So I'm gonna find a way to become a carpenter or a cobbler or a shepherd or I don't know, painter. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's all for today. Bye. First, I'll take this off. So if you end up seeing me as a carpenter or as a cobbler, suddenly, when when I become old, the young generation comes and asks me some questions. They'd say, "Oh, this dude is so wise," but they don't know the reality. What is right now? I'm not wise right now. Thinking of leaving my job, which is, of course, yeah, not wise. But I need to do what I need to do in order to be there, what I'm already at in the future. So the future self, the story, I've got to complete the story. But it's what matters is where you see yourself in the future. For example, right now I'm seeing myself as a cobbler, as a carpenter in the future. So if I have that inside my head, and if it's like a determination that, yeah, that's what I want to be, I'll try and do things which might not go straight toward that path, but I'll just try and figure things out in order to be there. Similarly, if at a young age, if you have some dream, I don't know, or at an older age, whenever you have a dream, you point it out in your head somewhere, and then you know find the way to do that, I guess. So I'm gonna find a way to become a carpenter or a cobbler or a shepherd or I don't know, painter. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's all for today. Bye. First, I'll take this off.